Here's what I learned as a child. Moms are either on drugs or in rehab. Moms stay out all night partying and never have any money. So when I grew up, I didn't know how to be an adult or a mother. I got into a terrible relationship and had kids pretty quickly. He was abusive. If I spilled on the floor, he beat me. If one of the kids spilled on the floor, he beat me. I lived in fear. I didn't trust anyone. Finally, afraid for my life and the life of my children, I ran. I took my children and I ran. We bounced from house to house and ended up in some pretty awful shelters. At the shelter, I asked the director why my kids could not have 1 cup of milk. I got kicked out for being a troublemaker. Then I got sent to an even worse shelter where rats and cockroaches live. All because I asked for 1 more cup of milk for my kids. I had nothing. I was nothing. When we got to the Drooting Center, my life changed forever, and I didn't even realize it.
I remember when Nyfisa and her children first came to Drooting. Drooting Center is a program that offers education and employment, we offer life skills, and we offer the possibility of independent housing. I'd like to think of Drooting as a place of hope.
They must want something from me. That's all I could think. I didn't trust them at all.
I remember when Nyfisa ran out of diapers for her youngest child. She seemed really afraid to come and talk to me. She was concerned that I would probably judge her, maybe call her a bad mom, or even beat her.
But they didn't do any of those things. They just got me some diapers. Just like that. It confused me.
Nyfisa had a tough life. She learned some terrible lessons. She learned that moms beat their children, call them names, that men beat their women. But the things that Nyfisa learned at Drooting were very different.
I learned how to open a savings account, how to live on 25% of my income by budgeting my money. I learned how to get a debit card, how to get a job, how to raise a child. After several months, they told me I was graduating. And that's when I realized how much my life had changed, how much I had changed. Before the Drooting Center, I had been betrayed by the very people who were supposed to love me, my own mother, the father of my children.
At the Drooting Center, we helped and trusted Nyfisa. We helped her find herself, and we helped her find her future.
They taught me how to love, but most importantly, they taught me that others could love me.
So each year, the Drooting Center asked one of our graduates to come back and speak at one of our big events. A few years ago, they chose Nyfisa. She was so excited, but she was really nervous to speak in front of all of those people.
Nyfisa's speech at our stairway event was nothing short of amazing, truly from the heart, and really shows what can be accomplished at the Drooting Center. We've been tracking her progress for quite some time and asked her to join the board of directors at the center.
Board of what? I was stunned. I didn't even know what a board of directors did. At first, I was really intimidated. So I just watched and listened. Some things like fiscal, I had to look up to see what they meant. But then I began to find my voice. I began to advocate for other women like me, scared, suspicious women like I used to be. I was a big-time advocate for transitional housing, and I was able to help, partly because I was there. I lived it. I learned so much, so fast, and thanks to the Drooting Center, I'm still learning. My goal is to soon become an elementary school teacher and then finish my doctorate degree. That's right. I'm gonna get my doctorate.
Nyfisa went from a scared, victimized woman who was a client of the Druding Center to an educated, confident woman who's on the board of the Druding Center.
I always tell all the women I advocate for, your job is to prove all your haters wrong.
Holy Redeemer, where stories come to life.